Hey, so I recently came across some videos where people modified their old digicams to record the full spectrum, so to basically remove the infrared filter. And I want to show you how you can do this with a Panasonic Lumix DMC-FS10. First, you should remove the SD card and the battery on the bottom of the camera, and then you can also remove the screws which are there on the bottom of the camera here. While we do this, maybe a little bit of background story. I really like this camera a lot. That's one of my favorite pictures back when I purchased it in I think 2011, and it was a great travel companion. But nowadays nearly nobody uses these cameras anymore, so to actually record infrared light is a good idea for reusing this kind of cameras, in my opinion. Here's also a screw on the left side of the camera. By the way, all screws on the outside have the same size, but in the inside there are two different sizes, I think. On the right side there are also two screws, which I will remove now. Don't do this which I tried here. I forgot that there's another screw on the right side, and you will see soon how you can get that off. And also, if you have a lanyard like me on the camera, you should remove it first. So I think I will fast forward this a bit. Do you see this here? This is the screw which made so much trouble. Finally, we can take it apart. One screw holds the screen in place, so this one also has to be removed. I would recommend you to keep all the screws separate, so the outside screw is separate from the screen screw, from the center screws. You don't have to disconnect the screen, you can just flap it over. I'm about to realize that too. And this plate which you see now sets it apart from other earlier Panasonic models which don't have this plate here. So you have to remove another few screws. I think it is 3 in total here. And then below this you will soon see the sensor. Don't be shocked by this. You just have to remove the black tapes, and then below the black tapes in the middle you can see 3 screws which you're gonna have to remove, and which you should keep also separate from the other screws. And then you can actually remove the back plate of the sensor, and then we will see the sensor. So all your focus should be on this silver thing in the middle. And here you can see the 3 screws which you have to remove. Now you can lift up the sensor plate and use a scalpel like here to actually remove the infrared filter. In this case, the infrared filter is glued in place, which is very different to earlier models which just have it in front of the sensor. Be very careful. You can easily damage the sensor, so best use tweezers like here to lift up the filter and carefully place it aside. I would also recommend to clean the sensor and everything which is maybe a little bit dirty with isopropanol and a cotton swab. Be very careful while cleaning it. If you're not careful enough, you can actually dirty the sensor more. And in my case, I think I maybe dirtied it or maybe damaged it a little bit, because now when I make pictures and I have it in certain zoom levels, I can see some dirt, and I don't think that the dirt is on the lens. So it's super easy to make something wrong in this case. So if you don't feel comfortable with doing this, maybe just leave that step of cleaning it out, and really just do it if the sensor looks dirty or if something else here looks dirty. Here you can see the sensor a bit better, and now I'm inspecting it. Okay, everything done, then we can reassemble it. We just do everything in reverse. So first we screw in again this holding plate for the sensor. Be very careful also here, so you don't put accidentally too much pressure on it, and so that you don't damage it. And after we are done with this, I will fast forward the rest of the assembly process, because it's basically just reverse of the disassembly. And I think you can figure it out by yourself, and also you can just stop the video in case you need more information. Okay, when everything is done, just put a battery and the SD card back in and then try everything out. In my case, I now have a full spectrum digicam. There are ways to attach filters to this. You can find other YouTube videos about this. And with filters, you could then filter out a certain nanometer spectrum which you actually want to see, and that creates very nice effects. I think it's not so super easy to attach the filters to digicams, so if you want to use filters, probably you should mod a system camera, like a Sony Nex 6. But yeah, that was it. I hope it helped you. Leave comments.